Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as Ivy Winter. Today's video is another requested Disney video. This one comes from Daffy Stardust, who asked me on Twitter, what are your favorite, most recommended restaurants to eat at when you're solo in Disney World? So my honest first answer is going to be anywhere, and I say that because I think if you can kind of make it at any sort of table service, you can do it anywhere. I really think that once you do your first table service by yourself, you can feel really comfortable almost anywhere. That said, there are definitely some restaurants that are a little bit more conducive than others. So I might not recommend Ohana, and I might not recommend, Hoop-Dee-Doo, because they're big family style restaurants and that might be awkward for you. So I'm going to talk about a few of my favorites that I like to repeatedly go to because I've always had good experiences solo. The first one is Hollywood Brown Derby. I love it because for me, it's really, really good food. It has some similar menu items as California Grill actually, and it's much cheaper. And not only is the food great, but the cast members have always been so friendly. They've been always eager to have a conversation with you, especially if you're alone. And if that's what you need to kind of feel normal and okay, then that's great. They will definitely carry on a conversation with you. Where are you from? How's your vacation? All of that good stuff. They've never made me feel weird about checking in as one person, never batted an eye, and I feel like I've overall had a very good experience. It's a restaurant with a lot of different levels and a lot of different seating. For the most part, people don't even realize that I'm there alone because there's just so much going on, and I've never really felt singled out or strange in any sort of way. So Hollywood Brown Derby is a go-to for me for a solo experience because I've just always had a really good experience there. Moving on over to Magic Kingdom, Skipper's Cantina has always also been a great solo experience for me. You still get the fun of the waiters being in that Jungle Cruise sort of persona, but being alone definitely does make you feel weird. Again, large, multiple rooms, nobody really caring that you're sitting there by yourself has never been really an issue on my own. The menu is also fantastic for a sit-down restaurant at the Magic Kingdom, and it's one that I've done multiple times solo and have always felt comfortable. They're really good about, whether they're gonna talk to you or if you pull out a book, they'll leave you alone, but I've never felt like I was just out in the open and felt weird that I was a party of one. It's not like they announce that you're a party of one when you check in, so Skipper's Canteen has always been a good experience for me. Believe it or not, I'm kind of a fan of some of the buffets as a solo person because you can kind of get up and get your food and it doesn't really matter. There's no waiter coming up to you or whatever. I mean, there is in the beginning, but you can go and pick what you need. So one of my favorite experiences actually was Tusker House with characters, but it's a buffet. I was able to go get the food as I pleased. They didn't pass over me or anything like that. I know some people are afraid that if I'm going solo and I go to a character meal, it's awkward. Are they gonna pass me? Or they're just gonna not think it's as important. It's not true. I got amazing selfies actually with Donald and with Goofy, and the cast member handler also took photos of us together, and they spent just as much time with me as they did with anyone else. And I actually thought it was really nice because, again, buffet, you can get up as you please, you can eat as you please, slowly, quickly, get seconds, whatever, nobody cares. And I actually feel like Tusker House was a really comfortable, cool experience for me. And my last recommendation for eating by yourself is in Epcot, and that's Coral Reef. You can request if you feel awkward and you don't want to sit down by the aquarium, which, I don't know, it's a pretty amazing view and I think worth it. But if you don't want to be down the stairs by the aquarium seating because everyone will see you, you can request to sit in the back and then no one will see you and no one will realize that you're there by yourself if you're in a back booth. I've eaten solo there 2 or 3 times now. They're always amazing at working around a menu if you have any allergies, which I do. I have a red meat allergy. They've always been great. Anywhere on Disney property actually is great for that. And again, friendly cast members, never felt weird, always felt welcome. And again, you kind of have this tiered seating that if you do want to hide in a corner per se, you can say can I sit up in the back? And no one will really notice that you're there because most people are looking down at the aquarium, so they're not turning around to see who's behind them. they just want to look at the fish. So it's a really good spot to get some food. It is good, consistent food. If you like fish, it's great, but they also serve non-seafood dishes, I promise. And so that's always been a big favorite for me. So those are some of my favorite table service. Again, things like quick service, you know, that's gonna be a lot easier solo. You're in, you're out, nobody really cares. I know table service can really be the big hang up for people. So I hope that makes you feel better knowing that I've been there solo and I know that they're totally comfortable with solo people there. And there are probably better options than, say, you know, anything where there's like family style, maybe too much interaction, like 50s prime time, things like that. These restaurants are definitely, you know, big. The cast members are great. Nobody's really paying attention to you. It's always been a really, really good experience. So thank you, Daffy Stardust, for asking me that question. It was fun to answer it for you. If you are someone who's thinking about going on a solo trip and you dine solo, I would love to know experiences in the comments below. If you have other questions about going solo, I've done it a number of times now at this point, so I consider myself somewhat of an expert. So you can let me know in the comments below and I will make sure to answer that question or even make a video on it if it's a really good one. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I'm making Disney videos every single week. I really appreciate everyone, old subscribers, new subscribers, people just passing through. Maybe you don't want to subscribe, that's okay. I get it, it's YouTube, you watch things on a whim. Sometimes you like things, sometimes you don't. Thank you for passing on through the world of Ivy Winter. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Bye.